So to start our class today, stand with your feet with your heels together, toes apart in our crane stance. And just lift up your shoulders as you inhale. Pause, and then as you exhale, invite your shoulders to just glide down your back. So inhaling your shoulders up, bringing them as close to your ears as feels right. Pause. And then exhale, releasing any tension and tightness. Then as you do this, maybe working into some shoulder circles back. Inhaling up and around and exhaling back and down. And let's go the other way, inhaling back and exhaling forward. So we'll be doing a lot of wing movements, right? Because it's a crane day, so warming up our shoulders. And then bring your palms to your lower belly with your palms facing up to the heavens. As you inhale, float them up to about your chest and exhaling them down. This time, inviting your shoulders to just be drop and be relaxed. So inhale up and exhale. So as we do our crane movements, we'll be embodying that sort of groundedness to the earth and our legs and our feet, that lightness in the crown of our head, and that stability. Now as you inhale, just do a little bend in your knees, inviting your knees to go over your pinky toes. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Crane breathing. We'll do that same bending, but when you inhale, it's round in, keeping our shoulders in, and then opening our shoulders. So, crane, warming up her chest and her upper back. Inhaling as you sink your chest, bring the backs of your hands toward each other. Exhale, spiral your arms out as your thumbs go back and your chest opens. So we're getting used to your crane wings and their grace. And throughout our practice today, we'll be really reminding ourselves of that effortless effort. Sort of an active relaxation. So inhale and then exhale. And we'll continue with this movement. But as you exhale, shift to one leg and point your toe. So as you shift to one leg, your weight's on your back leg and opening up your chest. As the crane is let's do one more to each side. And now bring your crane wings to your lower belly. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, one wing goes out while your chin goes across over the other shoulder. Now bring your wing back, tuck it under the other wing, and shift. And if a bend in your knees as you inhale, and then exhale. So it's really the wise owl, right? It's the wise crane. Turns its head as it turns one wing. Just noticing where you feel tension and tightness. Noticing any tendency to kind of crank your neck around. That's what I do. So I'm trying to be soft and kind of tap into that patience of the crane. Let's do one more to each side. And then bring your hands to your lower belly. Close your eyes. And sink your awareness into your feet. Just notice how they're making contact with the floor. And invite roots to go down from the bottom of your feet, making their way to the heart of the earth, rooting us to that nourishing yin energy. And soften your tailbone. The very crown of your head, picture this thread of white light just lifting you effortlessly to the heavens. And take a slow breath into your hands. And a slow breath out. And turn your attention inside your body. And just notice. And opening up your eyes, we'll do a little warm up with some hip circles, putting your hands wherever feels right. Tuning into sort of how big, how fast feels right today. Which direction, how many each direction. And then slow it down. And then interlace your fingers. Put them back of your neck. And as you take a breath in, tuck your chin under and lift from the crown of your head and gently push the back of your skull into your palms. And then exhale, release. Playing around with how wide your elbows feel right. Just stretching out the back of our necks. And then take a breath in. And as you exhale, gently bring your chin to your chest. And then on your next inhale, gently bring one ear up toward the heavens. And then on your next exhale, glide your chin toward your armpit. And then bring your head back up. Oh, taking a slow, deep breath in. Exhaling your chin to your chest. Inhaling your ear up to the other side. And then gently rotating your chin toward your armpit. And then shake it out. Then bringing your feet close together. Inhale your palms overhead so the backs of your hands are touching each other. As you exhale, glide your hips back. Swoop your arms around. And this is the crane sits on her nest. So inhale as you reach up. As the backs of your hands touch each other. Exhale, glide your hips back. Float your arms down and around and curl them around your knees. So making sure that your knees are right over your ankles are sort of close. Inhale, reach up. And embody your favorite crane or large soaring bird as it's on its nest. And let's do two more. As you inhale, really feel your feet rooted as you root to reach up and gliding your hips back and tucking. And then come up. And then bringing one leg in front of the other. So doing your mirror image. So bring your right foot forward. Your left left foot will be out to an ankle. And we're going to do a staggered stance. So shift back and forth so that when you shift back, your knee goes out towards your pinky toe. I know when I forget to do this, my knees tell me. So you're going to inhale your wings up and inhale them down. And then little by little, right, standing a little taller as you float up and sinking a little as you float back. Now bring your right arm forward as we go one way. Now shift. Yeah, so inhale up, feeling that power in your wings, but also that grace and effortlessness. So then there's a part two. So float both hands up. Now as you float your hands down, shift your weight to your forward leg and do a little whoop, fly. So let's shift legs, do it on the other side. So find your stance. Now we'll just start getting used to our flying in this position. Feeling your feet rooted. Feeling that effortlessness. And your really large, graceful, powerful crane wings. So now what you're going to do is foot that's forward, that's the arm that goes forward up. And then switch. Tapping into that clarity vision that cranes can tap into. Let's do one more to each side. Now float your hands forward. Now as your hands come down, shift your weight to your front leg and lift and down. So let's put the other leg. So inhale down. Down, we'll do 2 of these sort of cross bodies. Then inhale your arms up. Float and maybe fly a little higher. Now shift your weight to your back leg as you open your chest. Now shift your weight to your back leg as you swoop, cross your arms around, lift up your front toe and do a little bow as the crane bows and stretches her hamstrings down. So we'll shift to the other side. So inhale. And notice as you float your arms up, how to float your arms up with an effortlessness. Right. So let's do one more to each side. Float your arms up. Shift your weight to your forward leg as you float. As the crane lifts off. Now shift your weight to your back leg as you open your chest. Shift your weight so that your hips glide back. As you cross your arms, lift your front toe and bow. And I don't know, I have a really good time with this, so let's do the whole series another time. So let's float. And then float 2 hands up, 2 wings. Shift your weight forward, fly. I'm touching the floor behind me, maybe you are too. Shift the weight back, open, up to the sweetness life has to offer. Shift your hips back as you cross your arms and lift your front toe up toward your forehead, feeling that stretch from your hips all the way down to your pinky toe. And down. Now let's do the other side. So that Wu Wei, effortless effort. Really notice that if you relax your fingers, that effortless effort seems less effort. All right, so now float your hands up. Shift your weight to the front leg. Lean forward as far as your space will let you. I'm just going to curl my back leg up so I can float. Now shift your weight to your back leg. Open it up to all that life has to offer. Shift your hips back as you lift your front toe and bow. And then come up. Now bringing your right leg forward. Going to do kind of similar movements, but this time in a lunge. So if your back toe off the ground, if that feels right, and the wider the stance, the more stable you'll feel. We'll do that same sort of flying. But this time we're going to sink. I keep switching my stance because I want to make sure I see my toes when I look over my knee. And I'll do it sideways. Here we go. So my back foot is off. And stand taller as you float your arms up. And then sink, bending your front knee and your back knee. And then part 2. I love part 2s. Take your right hand on your right thigh and take your left hand and you're going to twist as we do spiraling crane. Feeling that twist from your heel to your back leg all the way to your tip of your pinky finger. And then shake it up. So shift to the other side. So back toes off. Widen your stance lengthwise so that your or kind to your knees, and we'll float. So, and again, tapping into that power and that grace and that beauty of the crane. So then, same hand as your front leg. Get your stability. Take your back hand and twist. Maybe leaning forward a little, twisting around, and feeling that throughout your whole body. And then shake it out. Now let's just feels right. Lift up your heels a little bounce. And relax the back of your skull. Relax your cheekbones. Relax your elbows. Relax your glutes. And slow it down. And in your stillness, notice any movement inside your body. And then opening up your eyes, float your crane wings up and just push through your palms. We'll shift into the crane. It is soaring. So tilting. Just tap in to your favorite soaring bird. Maybe you have a crane. Maybe there's another bird. And you're just that effortless effort. And then what happens if you turn right? Soaring, exploring all of the sky as the crane soars. Dropping one wing. Feeling that effortless effort. And then pressing through your palms. Turn your palms toward the heavens. Join your pointed finger and your thumb. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, soften your chest as you bring your palms in front of you. Turn your palms to the earth and stand taller. So, working a lot with the meridian of the lung meridian, the metal element. We're actually joining as we join our finger and our thumb, joining the lung meridian with the large intestine, both in the metal element. And at any point, drop your arms down. If your arms are like, whoa, enough fun today, listen to your shoulders. It could be lower or higher. And then float your wings down. Let's do little shoulder rolls. My Qigong friend Joyce from New Hampshire does this perpetual motion. So let's see if we could do that. So shoulders, each one kind of connected like they're pulleys. And let's try the other way. And then what happens if we do bigger or not? See what feels right in your body today. And then one more breath as your shoulders come up to your ears, lie them down. And then float your hands up. Float them down. Getting a little taller as you float up and sinking. And then float one leg up. And then what would happen? You can decide keeping that leg up as you root in your standing leg. Really inviting those roots from the bottom of your feet, making their way to the heart of the earth. And anytime, touch your toe down. And then let's shift over. Let's see, just notice how it feels. Have both feet on the ground. Now shift to the other leg. Kind of playing around with how high or not. Doing this all with that power, but also that ease. And then let's step. So we'll do that same movement. We'll take an inhale up. Touch down from your toe and roll down to your heels. So inhale up. Let's just do 3 breaths on one leg. And then stand over. So then what would happen if we do the same thing, but we're going to go forward and back. And then, depending on your space, I've got a pretty tiny space, so I'm going to do a little walkabout. So inhaling as you lift, bringing all your fingertips and thumbs together, making like a crane beak. And then come to standing. And just turn your awareness inwards. And notice any sensations. And then float your crane wings up. And we'll end with Flying Phoenix, probably my absolute favorite. So in this movement, let's glide our hips back as we float our hands up. So when we put it all together, we'll do 3 of these. So let's start now. So here's our first one. Just gently gliding your hips back as your phoenix wings or crane wings float up. Now on our 4th one, glide your hips back, but bring your elbows and your wrists inwards. Stand taller as you push out through your palms, and then relax your fingertips. So do 3 of these. So this is bringing our resources into our center. Now this is establishing loving boundaries, but with softness. So pulling those resources in, creating the boundaries that are necessary, but with kindness. Now glide your hips back as you cross your wrists and scoop up whatever serves you from the earth and bring it to your lungs and your heart center, and just give a little rub, bringing a kind of a white light. Now our lungs, Chinese medicine, are a place where we can store stuck sadness. So if there's any sadness that no longer serves you, take a breath in, and as you exhale, gently pull that sadness out, or whatever doesn't serve you, out with your palms. Turn your palms to the earth, releasing it. And then turn your palms heavenward as you paint a bubble of rainbow of light all around. So that's the whole movement. So let's do that all together. So inhale, gliding your hips back as we enjoy the power and grace of our wings. And then pulling those resources in to our center, connecting to our authentic selves, but with kindness. Glide your hips back to cross your arms, scoop up that yin energy of the earth, whatever serves you. Bring it in to your heart center and your lungs. Feel the warmth of your palms on your body. Now taking a breath in. Exhale as you pull out what no longer serves you. You're ready to release and let it go to the earth. Then painting that rainbow of light all around you. And let's do one more. So I think this time I'll keep the narration to a minimum. And then bring your hands to your lower belly. Float your hands up. Turn your thumbs back. Float your hands overhead, clasping your palms and bringing down to your heart center. So we'll put that all together. So as you float your hands up, connect to that energy of the earth. Turn your thumbs back. Connect to the energy of the heavens and bring that all together in this kind of single candlelight of light. Feeling the warmth of your palms. Now glide your palms down to your heart center. Turn your palms down to the earth. We'll just do a few of these as we connect to heaven and our heart center and connect with earth. And then landing right at your heart center. Take your knuckles, give a little rub, and then gently bow your head. And take a slow, deep breath into your belly. And a slow breath out. Feel your feet rooted to that lovely yin, nourishing earth. And give gratitude for all that you have. And give gratitude for all that you are. And then send out some of this healing energy we've been cultivating out to someone that could use it. And thank you for joining me. You too.